Alright, so today we'll be talking about our volumetric calculations in the binder, page 66, question C, as well as page 67, question E. Okay, so let's start. Okay, page 66, question C. In an acid-base titration, 25 cm cube of 2 moles per dm cube sodium hydroxide solution is neutralized with 1.25 mole per dm cube dilute sulfuric acid solution. And then they give you the equation here, and they ask you to find the volume of sulfuric acid. So as I told you all previously, please remember to write the working at the side to summarize the information that they've given to you. Okay, so I'm going to draw a thing at the side, and the two chemicals that they gave you was sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. So I'm going to write sodium hydroxide and then sulfuric acid. When we are dealing with concentration, there are three quantities that we need to know. Okay, so what are the three quantities that we need to know? Yes, the three quantities are concentration, number of moles, and volume. So same, concentration, number of moles, and volume. Let's see, in this question, what are we trying to find? The question asks us to find the volume of sulfuric acid. Alright, so I'm going to try to find question mark dm cube over here. Let me write down what other information do I have. I know that the concentration of sodium hydroxide is 2 moles per dm cube. I also know that the volume of sodium hydroxide is 25 cm cube. And I'm going to convert that automatically to dm cube by dividing it by 1000. Remember, everything must be in decimal places, so please do not use fractions. Anything else that I'm given? I'm given concentration of sulfuric acid over here, and then that would be 1.25 mole per dm cube. As you can see, it sets it us very nicely. I need to find the number of moles and connect it with the number of moles over here. Okay, let's see, the pen got problem. Alright, so step 1, summarize my strategy. I'm going to find the number of moles of sodium hydroxide. After that, I am going to use mole ratio. This is my strategy to find the number of moles of H2SO4. And after that, using the equations, I'm going to find the volume of H2SO4. That's my strategy. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so first, I need to find number of moles of sodium hydroxide. I'm going to write in blue. So what we have here is that the equation is a concentration equals to number of moles divided by volume. So concentration is 2, number of moles I do not know, volume is 0.025 dm cube. I've already converted it. Okay, so the number of moles of sodium hydroxide, I hope that your working is as neat as mine, is equals to 0.025 times 2. So 0.05 moles. Right? So now step 2, I need to find the mole ratio between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. So what is the ratio between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid? Yes, the ratio between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid is 2:1. 2 sodium hydroxide reacts with 1 sulfuric acid. So my sodium hydroxide at 0.05 mole. So how many moles of sulfuric acid do I have? Yes, I divide by the 0.05 divided by 2, and I get 0.025 moles of sulfuric acid. Okay, so I already got my information here, so let me just fill it up so that I am clear what do I have. So now step 3, I can safely find the volume of sulfuric acid. Why? Because concentration equals the number of moles divided by volume. And then I know the concentration of sulfuric acid is 1.25 moles. The number of moles of sulfuric acid is 0.025 given by the previous time. And the volume is what I want to find. So what do? I times volume on both sides. So I get volume equals to 0.025 divided by 1.25. And what do I get over here? 0.025 divided by 1.25 equals to 0.02 dm cube. And if I want to convert it to cm cube, I times 1,000, sorry. So that would be 20.0 cm cube. So that will be my final answer. Okay? Alright, great. So let's look at the next question. So this will be on page 67, question E. Let's read the question together. 20 cm cube of a solution containing 0.06 grams of a soluble metal hydroxide XOH. They don't tell you what's the sodium hydroxide, right? Was neutralized by 25 cm cube of a solution of 0.1 mole per dm cube of hydrochloric acid to give a soluble salt XCl and water. Oh, very confusing. New context. Let's try and solve this. So 1. Write a balanced equation with state symbols for the reaction of XOH and HCl. Okay, so because this is XOH, I know that this is X plus and OH minus X. You got that? Right? So, alkali with acid. Alkali with acid will form salt and water. We learned this in Sec 2. So, alkali plus acid give me salt and water. So the salt is formed, right, from the Cl here and the X here. And because I know the X is X plus and Cl is Cl minus, so therefore I know that it's XCl. Do I need to balance this equation? No, it's already balanced. Okay, so now I need to go and set up my working. Okay, so I got XOH, which I don't know what it is, and then HCl. Remember the three quantities. What are they? Yes. So we got concentration, number of moles, and volume. Concentration, number of moles, and volume. So what do I have here? I have the volume of XOH. 20 divided by 1000. I also have the volume of HCl. 25 divided by 1000. And I also have the concentration of HCl. Technically, I also have the concentration of XOH, but it's a bit complicated to calculate, so I will not do that. So let's look at what we need to do. Find the number of moles of XOH that reacted with 25 cm cube. So I need to first find this question mark. Fantastic. So what I need to do is I just need to find this guy here and find the mole ratio. Okay, so part 2. So first I find the number of moles of HCl. So I know that this is concentration times volume. Okay, so concentration is 0.1 times 25 divided by 1000. And remember, give your answer in decimal place. 0.0025 moles. After that, I'll do my mole ratio. 1 XOH is to 1 HCl. So my HCl is 0.0025 moles. So how many moles of XOH reacted? Yes, 1 is to 1, so 0.0025 mole. And this would be my final answer. Remember, you need to give this step. If you do not give me the mole ratio, I can't give you any marks. Okay? So now I found out that 0.0025 moles of XOH reacted. So now calculate the relative molecular mass of XOH. What's relative molecular mass? Yes, it is mR. So what equation do I know that has mR inside? The equation from the previous chapter, right? Mole is equals to mass divided by mR. So do I know the number of moles of XOH? Yes, I just calculated that 0.0025 moles. Do I know the mass? Yes, the question already told you 0.06 grams. So 0.06 grams is the mass and then the mR. So the mR is equals to 0.06 divided by 0.0025 and that will give me 0.06 divided by 0.0025. That will equals to 24. There are no units for MR. Alright, great. So, last question. Identify X. So, the MR, this is question 4, the MR of XOH is equals to 24. So, what is the AR of X? So, how do we find that out? So, we know that the MR of XOH is the AR of X plus O plus H. So, this would be equals to 24 minus let me pull this out some more, minus 16 minus 1, and that would give me 7. So I look at my periodic table and find out which element has a AR of 7, and the answer would be lithium. Right, so I hope this question has really helped you think carefully of all the equations that you need to have, and I hope that this helps you understand better. Okay, thank you.